Let's take a look at this next example I want to give you from our original favorite show, LA Law. Here was an episode where the guy on your left, Louis Brackman, wants to get Victor Cifuentes, the guy on the right, to marry his housekeeper. So he wants his associate lawyer to marry the partner's housekeeper because they want to keep the partner's housekeeper in the country because she makes incredible chimichangas. And so he asked his associate to engage in a sham marriage for the purpose of helping him out in getting these chimichangas. That is wrong on so many levels. But I bring this case up because it's not something that I think a lawyer would be incapable of doing. And here's what I mean by this, is that with regard to, hiring undocumented workers, especially for domestic care, lawyers tend to do this kind of thing quite often. We have actually examples. The first two women who were nominated to be attorney generals did not assume that position. Janet Reno, our first woman attorney general, was actually Clinton's third choice. The first two women, Kimber Wood and Zoe Baird, were both disqualified because they had hired undocumented domestic care workers. It is a common thing, and I totally understand where this comes from. Several years ago, I was rich. I thought I was rich. And so what my wife and I decided as newly rich people is we were no longer going to do the things that you peasants do. Like, clean your own houses and care for your own children. So we decided we would, opt out of that, and we were going to hire someone to do those menial tasks for us. And in where we live in Arizona, there is a bifurcated market for home, care givers. You can go and go to an agency, and they'll get you an au pair from Sweden, and they'll come, or maybe Holland, they'll come to your front door wearing the wooden shoes, carrying a pack of Swiss Miss pudding. Wonderful. It's going to cost you about $400,000 a year. All right. On the other hand, you can find someone who does not have all of that paperwork from the agency, but speaks two languages. Really hardworking, conscientious person, and it'll cost you about $30 a week. And I'm exaggerating, but the point is that there was a temptation at our point to find someone who might not have all the documentation. We weren't going to be sticklers and ask, okay? We obviously had to avoid that and actually, get the Swiss Miss pudding au pair. But the bottom line is that, there is a large, incentive for these types of things. They aren't considered big deals because, it's just, federal law. As lawyers, we have to remember that we do it better and cleaner than everybody else, even though the people on TV who are supposed to be, our exemplars are not, which is why we call this Don't Try This at Home and why these are not exemplars. Whatever they do just the opposite.